Hello, my name is Gemma Summers. I was born into a life that involved horses, having had some fab ponies on loan doing pony club and mounted games till I was 13, to then gain my first own horse. I had by then got more into jumping until my second horse, whom I had owned since a 2-year-old, obtained navicular. We then stopped jumping and turned to dressage, which is now my main discipline, reaching medium level before he retired. I sadly lost him at 22, 6 years ago now. In 2009, I took on a warm blood mare called Ziggy, who was owned by a sports horse stud I had been working for. Ziggy was by far the classiest mare I had ever ridden, but she came with many quirks. By Sandra Hitt, the well-known German stallion. I was offered to buy her, and the rest is history. Ziggy is my own main competition horse, as I sadly lost her brother earlier this year in 2020. I also ride and compete another string of horses owned and bred by a very dedicated owner, which we will come to later. Back to Ziggy. Now 15, I have produced her from a 4-year-old. To say she's been a challenge would be an understatement. However, whatever's been thrown at us, we've managed to get through. After 3 years out from battling with laminitis, then having had a foal, we are now back competing. Medium and advanced medium, working hard on our changes so we can move up to our next levels. We currently train with Grand Prix trainer Marc-Andre Wery, who is based in the south of France. Technology is an amazing invention, which bridges the gap between our base in Carmarthenshire to the south of France. Ziggy's a talented mare and certainly knows what she does and doesn't like, however, has had many successes under her belt. Here we are training in some of our lessons.
A little more canter. Come on your left foot. Ask. Yes! Lovely! Lovely!
Molly is one of my rides that I broke at 4 and have been her only ever rider. Owned and bred by Wesley Shufflebottom. Molly is now 8 and stands at 18 hands by KWPN stallion Vivaldi. In 2018, Molly won the Area Festival Championship at Hartpury at Novice Silver. She progressed well into elementary and did her first ever medium test before she became very sick with a horrific tooth abscess, which resulted in an operation to remove a lot of dead tissue in her cheek. Following on, 4 teeth removed. She lost so much weight, it was heartbreaking. 20 months out of competition, we are now back out and winning, not only at elementary, but her second ever medium too. We are so pleased to have our girl back and on such good form again. Next up is Billy, another owned and bred by Wesley Shufflebottom. Billy is half-brother to Molly, but only stands at 16-1. He's a 7-year-old gelding by Winton. Billy also has been a real challenge, with a severe panic button. Although I backed Billy, I did have to get some help to ride him away due to the injuries he gave me trying to bind myself. His panic button was difficult to manage. Since then, I have produced him on myself, meeting the hurdles head-on as we progress very slowly. Recently, we have seen him turn a real corner and suddenly grow up. He now has also progressed up and into medium level, a super talented young horse, and has a huge future ahead of him. These are my main 3 competition rides, and the future is very bright for them all. I spend my every last penny on my horses, so to gain this support and being able to blog to followers would be an amazing opportunity. We have had a few write-ups in a few magazines over the past few years too, the most recent in Horse and Hound, and we have a good following on social media. We would love to be considered. Thank you for taking the time to watch.